Children, today we are going to start the topic shapes. A new chapter, name is shapes. Uh, we have studied few basic concepts of this chapter in previous classes. Let's do the revision of those things and then we will proceed in this chapter. Okay. For example, we know that if two lines intersect with each other are called intersecting lines, right? And whenever the lines intersects or crosses each other, you can see four angles are being formed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see this angle and this angle are opposite angles. So this type of angles, whenever formed by the intersecting line, the opposite angles will be called vertically opposite angles, right? So and vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. This is a property of vertically opposite angles. Now vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. So this angle will be equal to this angle because vertically opposite angles, and this angle will be equals to this angle because vertically opposite angles. All right, children, understood. Let's move to this point, complementary angles. What are complementary angles? You can see whenever this is what a 90-degree angle, whenever you see this square sign inside at the angle point at the vertex of the angle, that means the measure of the angle is 90-degree, right? And this is a line which is dividing the 90-degree angle into two angles. This is angle A and this is angle B. So whenever the sum of the angle become 90-degree, the angles will be complementary, right? Suppose what is the, if I say that what is the complement of 30-degree, so that means 30-degree plus any angle will be 90-degree because we are finding the complement now. So 30-degree plus x equals to 90-degree, so the value of x will be 60-degree, right? So the complement of 30-degree will be 60-degree. So if we add 30 and 60, we'll get 90. So whatever value of angle will be added to the given angle, that will be the complement of that angle. So that sum will be 90-degree. Alright children, let's see this angle, supplementary angles or angle on a straight line. So whenever you can see a straight line at a point where two or more than two angles are formed, here you can see that three angles are being formed, A, B and C. Alright, now you can see that if we add these three angles, the sum will be 180 degrees. So we can say we must know that angles on a straight line or the sum of the supplementary angles will always 180 degree. That means the measure of angle from here till here is a straight angle which is 180 degree. Alright children. So this is supplementary angle. When the sum of angles, given angles is 180 degree, that will be supplementary angles or angles on a straight line. Okay. Next, when the lines are not intersecting with each other. So when lines do not intersect with each other on moving further or backward, forward or backward, they will be called parallel lines, right? They will be called parallel lines. So you can see if we produce these two lines further, they will not intersect forward, or if we this side if we produce, again they will not meet. So these two types of lines are called parallel lines. All right, and this is another line which is crossing these two lines or intersecting these two lines. So this line which is intersects the given parallel lines is called transversal. All right, the line intersecting the parallel line is called transversal. Now when this transversal are intersecting this point at this line at this point and this line at this point, so you can see that at here four angles are being formed, and this point again four angles are being formed, right? Okay, now I have named these angles as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? This way. So whenever parallel lines, transversal intersect parallel lines, there are types of angles are formed like alternate angles, corresponding angles. Now try to learn what are the alternate angle. So the alternate angle of one will be 5. They are of same measure and they are on the opposite sides. Okay, the alternate angle of 2 will be 8. This is called exterior alternate angle. The alternate angle of 3 will be 7. Similarly, the alternate angle of 7 will be 3. The alternate angle of 4 will be 6. So the opposite angles with same measure will be called alternate angles, right? Similarly, if we say the corresponding angles, what are corresponding angles? The angles of same measure and the same side of the transversal. Like 1 and 7 are corresponding angles. 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. Similarly, 3 and 5 are corresponding angles, or 5 and 3 are they are of same measure and on the same side of the transversal, right? 4 and 8 are corresponding angles, right? Understood? And we know that angles at a point is 360 degree. That means if we add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, the measure of the angle will be 360 degree. Now children, I hope you have understood the few basic concepts of the chapter. What are vertical lines, what are complementary angles, supplementary angles, or angles at a point, parallel lines, the term alternate angles, and corresponding angles. Alright. Okay, please note down. Okay, let's pay attention to few more important things. Let's see, this is a triangle, and this triangle has interior angles. Now we can see that there are 3 interior angles here. So the angles which are inside the triangle, which is called interior angles, and which is outside, we will call exterior angles. Now remember children, the sum of interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degree. Alright, so from here we can say that if the interior angles are like A, B and C, so the value of A plus B plus C will be 180 degree. Okay children, now pay attention here. The angles C and D, pay attention at the angles C and D. Now angles C and D are the angles on the straight line, and we have just studied that the angles formed on the straight line, that if we do the sum of the angles, it will be 180 degree. So from here we can say that if we have to calculate the value of D here, it will be C plus D equals to 180. So the value of D will be 180 minus C. So from here we can say that, okay, because these two are angles at the straight line, right? And remember, for any exterior angle of the triangle, so you can see that how many exterior angles it will be formed. If we produce this is another exterior angle. If we produce this is another exterior angle, right? This is also an exterior angle. So any exterior angle of a triangle, it will be 180 degree minus the sum of interior angles. Okay, exterior angle equals to 180 minus interior angles, and exterior angle is the sum of opposite interior angles. Okay, these are the 2 important things that I want you to remember. That means if we have to calculate the value of D, from C if we have to calculate D, D will be 180 minus C. From A and B if we have to calculate D, so the value of D will be A plus B. That means exterior angle is the sum of opposite interior angles. Alright, let's see in this quadrilateral, okay, 4-sided polygon. In this quadrilateral, you can see that A, B and C, D are the interior angles of the quadrilateral, and E is the exterior angle of the quadrilateral. Now remember, just like in triangle, the sum of the interior angle is 180 degree, the sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So from here we can say that A plus B plus C plus D equals to 360 degree. Now here if we have to calculate the value of E and B is known, the value of E will be 180 minus B, because these two are angles at the straight line. Alright children, please note down. Let's see a few more important points children. This is a regular polygon. In a regular polygon, all the sides of the polygon will be equal. So when all the sides are equal, that means all the interior angles of the regular polygon will also be equal. And the regular polygon has n number of sides, right? Suppose the sides become 4, so it will become a quadrilateral. 5, then it will become a pentagon. So regular polygon means n number of sides, and each interior angle, each side and each exterior angle are equal in regular polygon, right? Regular word is used when all the sides of the polygons are equal to each other, right? So from here we can say that exterior angle formula equals to 360 upon n, where n is the number of sides. That means if we have to calculate the exterior angle and we know the number of sides, we can divide 360 by the number of sides to find the exterior angle of a polygon. Similarly, if we have to calculate the number of sides, and exterior angle is known, so 360 upon exterior angle will be the formula for number of sides. If we cross multiply this term here and this term here, we can calculate the value of n. And the formula for calculating each interior angle is 180 degree minus exterior angle, right? Let's see this sum children. In this sum, it is given that a regular polygon has an interior angle of 144 degree. Find the exterior angle and the number of sides. Now, the formula for finding exterior angle is 180 degree minus interior angle. The value of interior angle is 144 degree. So, when we put 144 degree here, it will become 180 minus 144. It is 36 degree. Now we know that exterior angle of a polygon. So if we have to calculate the number of sides, it will be 360 upon exterior angle, right? The value of exterior angle we have already calculated, which is 36. Let's substitute the value of exterior angle 36 here. It will become 360 upon 36, which is 10. So the value of n, or the number of sides of the regular polygon, will be 10. Okay. Please note down the solution.